a gump goodness. I just finished my NXT review, and I'm doing now a short video on a little bit of Tessa Blanchard and a boob job. Now, let's get this done here. I didn't notice she had a boob job. My guess is she's not, like, she didn't want something that was bigger than what she needs. My guess is she became a C cup because it's obvious Tessa is a maybe she's an A, small-chested woman. But she chose to get this boob job. And she did a video on her YouTube channel talking about the reason why she did it. And to be honest, what she said at first was true, and then the other part of it didn't feel completely true. Because she said when she first started in the business, someone told her, girl, you're going to need a tit job eventually. You're too small-chested. To get in this business, you're going to need titties. You're good looking probably. She didn't say that, but if I know how the business works, they go by appearance. Let's make it very clear. Men have to be jacked. Women have to at least be gorgeous, or has to look like they could be a monster, either heavy set to a certain extent, not to be disrespectful to any women or heavy set. A woman either got to be like Awesome Kong, be huge and strong, or Jordan Grace, just be cut like crazy. There'll be some women in between that would be good, but it's always going to be one of those three. And usually, you wonder which one you're going to fall into. And the one I'm talking about, average, they usually have tits. Let's be honest. They if they're not like this and muscle like Jordan Grace, or large like Piper Niven or Awesome Kong, or a few others that are out there like Havoc, they're going to look like Mara Sade. They're going to look like her. They're going to look like, yeah, they're not super big tits, but they have the shape. They have the look. So I understand what she said, because that is part of the business. Eventually, you're going to have to get one. But when hearing her say, eventually, and she showed when she was going to the hospital, she got on a gurney, and then she talked about getting the boob job and how she felt afterward. Part of it is true. I can understand. It's like a guy, where a guy wants to feel like he doesn't have low self-esteem. That's one of the reasons why a lot of guys get into really great shape, because not that they want to get in great shape, but it's for self-esteem. They want to look in the mirror and look at themselves and say they look special, they look great, they look like they're worth something. That's how some men are, and women are no different. There is no difference between both. There's no difference between the sexes, guys. There is no difference. They have the same type of mentality. They want to look good because they want to be in great shape, but they also want to look good because of esteem, or in some cases, because of their job. Like in bodybuilding or in pro wrestling, you have to have a certain look. If you really want to get somewhere, you got to change yourself up. Even Damian Priest talked about it. He was over 330, and he was so heavy set, he knew he wasn't getting anywhere. He wasn't happy. He had to slim himself down. Jordan Grace, she didn't feel confident in herself, so she did the same thing. So I can understand what Tessa Blanchard said, but she said this is only about me, not about what I was told. No, I don't buy all of it. She didn't just do that for herself. She also did it to promote and progress her own career. There's nothing wrong with saying it. She could have said simply, it's just my perception. And I'm not saying that she probably didn't think this. I'm really small-chested. I don't like it. I want to wear stuff. She did say that. I want to wear some extra clothes. I want to wear certain clothes that I know I can't fit because I don't got the boobs for it. I want to wear good stuff. But what she could have said is, the one who told me that, I didn't like it back then. But I understood what he was saying, or her. And you know what? Even though this is what I want, they're right. That person is right. In this business, you do have to have a certain look. She didn't really talk like that. She said she understood things a lot better the older she's gotten and as long as she's been in the business. But she didn't want to just come to terms and just say it out loud. Look, the wrestling business can be cutthroat. You got to have a certain look. My tits are small. And I wasn't going to go there. I didn't need them. But as time went on, you know what? Next to seeing that I need some extra edge as a wrestler, but also I wasn't too fond of not having nice tits. And I felt self-conscious. That would have been fine. And that's what I think would have been better for her to say, at least in my humble opinion. But I want to make this clear and not get it twisted. When it comes to Tessa, by her wanting to do this, she made the right choice for herself. If this was to make herself feel more confident in herself, there's no problem with that. And I have no problem with that. But at least be honest to know that someone did already tell you while you're in the business, getting some bigger boobs might help you. It may not give you esteem. They didn't say that to her from what she said. But it doesn't mean it won't help you in the business. And there's nothing wrong with being heard her say that. But more power to her. This is what she wanted. She wanted the boobs. She got the boobs. And as long as she's in pro wrestling, this is what she's going to be. My hope is that she did get saline, not silicone, like the Bellas did, where it was Nikki Bella who got a silicone implant, and I think it was Brie who got saline. I believe it was saline. And hopefully they'll be fine. But this is just me. And I hope you enjoy this gump goodness. Give me a comment below and make it very clear. I'm not against Tessa. I just think she could have been more honest about being told about it and realizing that person was right. But it also had a good effect for her. That's what I think it is. Peace.